Welcome back to the CryptoLabs YouTube channel. These kind of videos and these kind of topics are probably the least viewed on the channel, least engagement, but I know they're the most impactful. And if this video helps one person, this video is worth it. All the time it took to make it is worth it. Everything was worth it if it just helps one person. I'm going to be sharing 3 books that changed my life in every single way. We're not just talking financially. We're talking about my capacity for more, my self-identity, how I showed up in the world, my energy levels, my enthusiasm, my whole perspective, the lenses that I saw the world through. Because I used to be extremely depressed. I had no direction in life. I was broke as a joke, deeply in debt, suicidal half the time, hated my life, hated everyone, hated people. I used to fly to work and I'd sit on planes and wish the plane would crash. Like that was my reality in my 20s. I can't recognize that guy. I don't know who that was. And these 3 books were pivotal for me, and I reread them every year because there's always something new to learn. This video is also inspired by a comment that was left on the YouTube channel. Now, I'm going to read it, and I say this with all respect. I just want to serve and help. This isn't to cast stones at Carl, but it's a public comment, and it broke my heart because this was me. And my life was really, really difficult. Carl says, and by the way, before I read it, I will also say that the crypto space and the whole financial space and the money-making space kind of pisses me off because people are so focused on the tactics and how to make money. That's the easy part. That's the easy part. The reason most people don't see success in this space is because fundamentally their operating system is flawed, or it needs a massive update. So Carl's comments said none of this works. It was a video about yield farming. We have members doing, well, 100K a year. A lot of members are doing 50 bucks a day, 100 bucks a day, 25 bucks a day. This stuff works. It doesn't work for some, and it works for others. Why does it work for some, and why does it not work for others? Why can someone else see success in that, and someone else does the exact same thing, but they can't see success? Super interesting. So none of this works, I would say, for me. It works for others, but not for me. I have ETH and Wrap Bitcoin. Now I have ETH and ARB. ARB in the USDC pool has paid me a ridiculous amount of money. It has far surpassed any chances of impermanent loss, by the way. Still can't do crap. I'm just buying coin after coin and can't do anything with it. All these coins I'm buying and can't do anything with it. I get the frustration. It seems like it's a frustrated comment. I might as well do the other programs. I'm just doing this and that and not really telling us anything. You're just boasting with no real earning. I love when our members win. That to me is the greatest compliment. So I'm always very excited to share member wins. If that's boasting, that's boasting. Not all of us have millions of bucks. Our members don't have millions of dollars and they're producing those returns. I never had millions of dollars and I was able to create returns and grow a bag that will be worth millions. Week after week, I'm just wasting money. That's good we've identified that. Can't even afford to get into your program anyway, so good luck, bro. And you don't have to join our programs. Like, use this YouTube channel. The rich get richer. This is what broke my heart. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. I will say that is a true statement. For the most part, the rich do get richer and the poor do get poorer, but it's not the resources they have, the people they know. Most millionaires are self-made. Everyone I know who has a thriving financial life and thriving personal life, they didn't start that way. They weren't given it. It wasn't inherited. They had nothing. Or like me, they were in debt. And they created something from nothing when they changed this, when they changed the lens that they saw the world through. And I think about that often. One part, and let me know if any of this is landing or any of this is going to help, and we're going to get to these 3 books in a second. One thing that I do often, and a part of my journey here over the last 2 years, was to constantly tune in to my body and feel myself energetically, vibrationally. Where am I at? And that kind of constant awareness of when I'm kind of down here, I can check in and say, what are the thoughts and what's my perspective that's making me feel this way? Because it's not reality. A lot of people are saying, if something changed out here, then I'd be happy. Oh, then I'd have money. Oh, then I'd be rich and I could get richer. Oh, then I would be excited by life. And they're waiting their entire lives, and this was me for 10 years. I was waiting for something or someone out there to change me in here. And it wasn't until I started changing me that I thought it was a miracle, but now it's just really basic quantum science. It's basic physics. It's basic universal laws. When I started changing me, so did my world. There's a famous quote of like, the world is not as it is, the world is as you are. And if you don't believe me, just try it, because literally you have nothing to lose. That was the conclusion that I came up with at one point. I'm like, well, I have nothing to lose. I'll try this like woo-woo stuff. For 30 days, I'm just going to choose to see the world differently. I'm going to choose to focus in here, not out there. And all of a sudden, the world started changing. New opportunities came my way. New creative thoughts that led. And I had courage to actually be led by them, because we all have ideas, but very few people have courage to act on it. I'd act on it. Next thing you know, this, that, new opportunities. Oh, and now life got exciting. I wasn't waiting for life to give me the opportunity. I wasn't waiting for something out there to change. And so 3 books. I'm going to make this really quick, by the way. If you've read any of these, do let me know. The Big Leap. I reread this every single year. It was that impactful for me. The Big Leap, the author is Gay Hendricks. This book is tattered and torn. There's notes on every single page. The Big Leap is fundamentally about identifying the ceilings that we're hitting. Whether that's our capacity to feel love and joy, which is a really big one for me. I never allowed myself to feel massive amounts of joy because I was always afraid that maybe it'll be taken away, maybe something will happen, it won't last. And so I never let myself feel those higher vibration frequencies and emotions like love and joy, because I was hurt so often. And so, I identified that. And when I started actually allowing myself to feel that level of love or that joy, you change vibrationally, and guess what? The world changes with it, and you meet very different people and very different opportunities. Financially, I had a ceiling for a long time financially. No matter what I did, I couldn't break through that ceiling, no matter what I did. Until I identified the ceiling and raised the bar, raised the ceiling. And basically, that's what the whole book is about, really worth reading. Then we got The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And we got Psycho-Cybernetics. I'm going to share both because they both work together. Psycho-Cybernetics is a little more, I'd say, sciencey, and The Power of the Subconscious Mind is a little more spiritual or vibrational, and they both are based in science, of course, but fundamentally they're about that hidden force, that subconscious mind, that self-identity, that when you look in the mirror, what do you see? When you're looking out in the world, how do you see the world? How do you view yourself? How do you view when you're looking through those eyes? Because 2 people can see the same event, and they'll take 2 different things away from the exact same event. The exact same event. One will say, this yield farming crypto stuff doesn't work. I'm losing money. This is a scam. It sucks. Someone else says, whoa, this works for me. There's an opportunity. Oh my God. 32% on my portfolio last month. Oh my goodness. Such an awesome opportunity. Same event happens in crypto, 2 different results, 2 different ways of looking at it, 2 different sets of actions, and 2 different sets of results. When I was faced with hardship or challenges in the past, talking 10 years ago, I would be victim to it and I'd say, this is everyone's fault and I quit. I can't go on. This isn't the right opportunity for me. I'll just go over here. And I just jump to opportunity. Nowadays, when I get a challenge, I'm excited by it because I know it's an opportunity to grow. Exact same event, 2 different ways of looking at it, and 2 different sets of actions that transpire from it. What does this have to do with crypto or DeFi or finances? You're always going to act in accordance with your identity, with what you see in the mirror. You're always going to act in alignment with that. And so it's not about, and you'll hear me say this a lot, it's not about doing something so you can have something and maybe you can become something. What I mean by that is it's not about working really hard so you can make money and then maybe you'll feel successful. It's about flipping that equation and saying, I'm going to be successful today. I'm going to think like a successful person. I'm going to see out my eyes and operate in the world like a successful person. And from that place, in alignment with who I'm becoming, I'm going to take actions. I'll stay inspired no matter the adversity. I'm going to learn. I'm going to stay curious. And from there, From there, from the be to the do to the have, I will create a new reality. I will create a result. And what is really cool when you experience and play life from the be, do, have, not the have, do, be, is that you're not chasing some feeling. A lot of people chase some feeling, buy the car to hopefully feel successful, and then they realize they don't, and they're stuck in that pattern of misery and literally hell for the rest of their life. Whereas flipping that, it's like you're already successful with the car or without the car. The car is just a bonus. I'll share some stories here, but last week I finally bought my dream car. I've been looking at it for about a year. Finally bought my dream car. I was already successful and excited with or without it. It is just a little icing on the cake. It's a little topping. It's a little cherry on top. And my heart went out when I read that comment because I know what it's like to be stuck in an identity that is literally not serving us and viewing the world in a way that's not serving us. I also know what it's like when we start studying, doing the work, and shifting who we are, working in here, not waiting for something out there to really quickly start changing our reality. You'll not only make more money, you'll feel more love, more excitement, more joy, build beautiful relationships, experience beautiful experiences with amazing people, be more excited even if you're in a season of losing. You don't feel like a loser, you're a winner. And part of winning is taking some L's along the way, but you're not a loser. I think a lot of people are walking around and they identify as losers. I did. And of course, the world's just going to return to you what you put out. That's my time. I know these videos aren't that popular because people want to know the coin or the token or the pool, and we have a lot of videos on that, or they want to learn the tactics. This is stuff we talk about a lot in the UIG. This is who I am. I can't separate this conversation from the crypto or DeFi or finance conversation because I know this is the key. I know it. It's not do so you can have and then you can become. It's become it. Do, take inspired action from that place, and you can have whatever the hell you want at that point, and you don't even care about the things because it's all going back in the box when we die. None of it is ours to begin with. And when you really tune into that, you start taking levels of action and levels of risk. Other people will say, whoa, that's really risky. You're like, but it's all a video game anyway. None of this exists. It's not real. It all goes back in the box. And the most successful people I know, they play the game at that level. Or you can stay small and operate from fear. And that's okay too. It's just a choice. How do you want to live your life and how much do you want to expand? Let me know what landed. Let me know what dropped. Let me know if anything landed. What am I going to do with you for all the people who want the tactics and the strategies, which are really important? I'm also going to leave some videos up here for your viewing pleasure. So if anything lands, you can check out some of our members' wins, earning $300 a day, 100K plus a year, maybe some concentrated liquidity pool strategies or tools or tactics. I'll leave them all up here. With that said, I really hope this video landed. If it just helped one person, my job is complete today. And with that said, really appreciate you. Keep building, keep growing. And with that said, we'll see you in the next. Peace.